right, so we left off. We got to chapter 4. The first witch was at the church asking a bunch of questions like, are you in league with Robert Blackett? Blah, 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 blah. I think no matter what I said to her, actually it depends, because someone came in and they said they got stuck on the fight with the first witch. I didn't have to fight the vicar because I had the vicar card. But I'm here now because I'm a big fat liar according to the first witch. All right, let's go. Right. Oh, inspect. Move painting? Yes. You know what? I did think that it looked a little... Is she good? Oh, hey. I know you. Wait, is this the nurse? This is the nurse. You're Nightingale from around 1892, right? I like her dress. Don't be surprised. I know just about everything about the dream. I've been dead since 1874, so I've had a lot of time to study it. Whatever happened to Emma? That girl, the part of the merry band, kind of reminded me of Emma, I won't lie, but we haven't seen Emma since chapter 2. Being trapped here for decades has made my world quite small. I am Priscilla. Oh, hey, Priscilla. I'm sure you met my brother, Peter. Yeah. Okay, hey, girl. The first witch has trapped us both here, accusing us of being in league with Robert Blackett. Yeah, you know, even though I did kill her in chapter 2, like, do I like Margaret? Yes. Fuck Robert, though. Fuck the Wretch King. Unfortunately, I've never been able to use magic in the dream. I suppose I lack a certain suspension of disbelief necessary for it. You, however, could defeat the first witch and get us both out of here. I know you're quite talented. Here is the St. Ellie's key. You can use it to escape and face the first witch. Before you go, if you have any questions about the dream or even your own future, I will answer them. Alright, let's talk about the dream. Thousands of years ago, a primitive society either created or discovered the idol. I'm not sure which. Each new moon, anything the idol's eyes had seen would be incorporated into a new dream. Okay, so the dream's been around forever. As was customary in these ancient days, blood sacrifices were regularly made to the idol. Ooh. Being one of the idol's formative experiences, I believe these sacrifices explain the power blood holds in the dream. I like the typeface she uses. It's just like a sans serif. It's very clean. It's very easily readable. Fits perfectly for her. Because she was saying, like, she doesn't hold the she can't hold the power of disbelief for magic. So it's not really a whimsical typeface, right? It's, like, nice looking, in my opinion. It's kind of, it's like, I don't want to say bubbly. Roundish, I guess? It's perfect. Honestly, the fact that that each typeface is different and actually very well goes with whoever is speaking, I think is why I put so many points into this game, because it was thought about. You know, can typeface and layout and stuff be dry in terms of, like, thinking about it and place? It can be. I appreciate making layouts and that kind of thing, right? It doesn't have to be dry, but I'm very much into typefaces and stuff like that. But also, again, they use typeface instead of font. They use typeface correctly. A lot of people say font and they're using it incorrectly. And again, I should look into how did we go from typeface to font, because as I said, like, it's such a small thing, but there is a drastic difference. But whatever. So someone loves typefaces. Anyway, the idol was lost for some time and rediscovered in old Byzantium. There it served as an imaginary pleasure house and arena for the rich and noble. The remnants of that era can still be found beneath Mostyn House. Much later, as you know, my brother purchased the idol and brought it back to Mostyn House. I later discovered that all these old iterations occupied physical space in the dream and still existed. Nice. Curiously, though, they were devoid of life. Through a careful application of electromagnetic stimulation to idols in the dream, I discovered the iterations could be restarted. Alright, let's see. So, where's... Wait, 1903 and 1907 are both 5. So we've got 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. You're a product of these experiments. The 1892 4 Nightingale that was brought back to life. Oh, I died. Cool. Alright, cable car. You came here to 1916 via a cable car, right? Yeah. I rode a cable car. I went up a ladder. And then I was set on fire and 24 years passed. I gave the schmacks to Robert. He had it built in the real world and shown to the idol. We used to have cable cars running to every iteration of the dream. Robert had one of the witches use some sort of magic to create copies of the cable cars and tunnels to speed up the work. The undead were brought here en masse via the cable cars and used as a copious source of organ grease. Ultimately, Robert found some other way to get organ grease, but he wouldn't tell me. He was probably sacrificing the women in the asylum. I'm gonna say it. Since the many iterations of the dream we were harvesting from were no longer necessary, I detached the electromagnetic stimulation devices from all the idols we collected from each iteration. One by one, each iteration went dark, and the tunnels and cable cars were dismantled. Curiously, there was a single missing idol, the one for iteration 1892-4. Furthermore, the 1892-4 tunnel entrance had disappeared. I suppose now you're here, we know it's still running. Alright, what can you tell me about me? We found out, I think it was from the hag that she was from the Williams family, Nightingale Williams, and they were rich, and she was an only child who was thrown into the asylum. This may be hard to hear. Here are the dream's interpretation of Nightingale from when she first came to Mostyn House in 1892. Later, he showed exceptional talent as a witch and rapidly became Robert Blackett's assistant. Oh. What about Margaret? Unfortunately, Robert has a tendency to break his favorite toys. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Due to your frequent exposure to the dream, your body in the real world entered into a coma. I'm not sure if you still live, but it's entirely possible you would be nearly 40 years of age. Cool. In the dream, you disappeared along with a half-dozen other girls. I suspect you were taken by Robert to his new paradise and likely still serve him. If you were to somehow wake from your coma, I'm not exactly sure whose conscious experience would be embodied. I do hope it's the Nightingale I'm speaking to now, as later iterations are significantly less pleasant. Robert Blackett is a sick man. Yeah, you know what? I had a feeling. Alright. A laboratory manual contained instructions for creating grease that can temporarily enhance melee weapons. Author unknown. Contained recipes for flaming grease, cutting grease, and poison grease. What's this? Don't touch that, please. Alright, I won't. But what if I did, just for shits and giggles? And let me... Yep, it's the room I was in. Alright, now I am a little curious if the Land of Nowhere is different now. Jesus! Oh, hey, man. Martyr. Always a penitent one, isn't he? Ah, penitente. Oh, my God. What's that glowing needle? My flesh is bubbling. I think this night is ruined. They always scream. Oh. Stop that. I'm getting a lot of permanent upgrades in all these chests. I know it's randomized, but I'm not even complaining. Oh my god, I can remember a lot of things. Oh, I wonder if I don't need that big armor. I think I'm okay. Oh, I can't. All right. Oh, foyer. So what's... That's where I was. Oh, you're still up here. Hey, man. The first witch has taken up residence in the main chapel of St. Ellie's. She seems to have lost her mind, but I'll bet the way to the Blight Tower is through her. Oh, all right. So he doesn't say, I guess to be fair, probably not a lot of time has passed. He probably has no idea, like, I got captured. Hey. You indeed have got, okay, yep. So I guess not much has, changed. Yeah, basement's still here. Okay. Eat a couple tomatoes. Oh, yeah, get back to that. All right, I'm back. I'm ready for a fight. Never mind. What happened? A creature feasts upon the first witch. A small door lies behind them. Step past the creature. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's me. That's rude. So she's just chilling. Oh. I did it. A blood-spattered key to Blackett House, located in the Cagewood past the Dubern Bog. Blackett House was totally abandoned after Robert and Margaret fully moved into Mostyn House, but lights were on last night. Hey, Dexterity, happy Sunday to you as well. How you doing? Such a vicious little thing, yet so perfectly obedient. I've been pretty good. You know, chill Sunday. So, oh, I did. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. To be fair, I generally did decide I'm not going to stream at night. I'm too tired generally, and I'm never happy with how the streams turn out because I'm just so tired. But I wanted to finish this game, and I wanted to finish chapter 3. So I was like, you know what? We can do a stream. All right, let's see. Deep in the Cagewood to the... Okay. Is there a way... Where is it? Okay, so is it okay? So this place is kind of. Oh, is it the same? Yes. Let's install the upgrade. I don't. Do I have organ grease? Oh, what should I? We'll do agility. Back. Ooh, some lunch. What are you having? Harden your body with organ grease. Nice. We'll just keep increasing agility. I don't have organ grease. Is anyone left here? Mr. Coffins is still. Oh, okay. Everyone is here. Oh, tacos are so good. I hope you enjoy your tacos. What do we got? I'll buy some cake. I do have a lot of money. That doesn't mean I should spend it, though. Sorry for the deception. Wait, these are dangerous times. I like to observe new customers before revealing myself. Becca? Grumio was just a puppet. Although I spend so much time alone here, I sometimes talk to him. I'm the last witch. Oh. You definitely. Alright, that's nice. So, okay. So there's the first witch and the last witch. I like the typeface. The name is a bit grandiose, but if Samantha gets to be the first witch, why can't I be the last? Alright, she's dead, by the way. You see, I was the last person to join the sororial order of the initiated in 1910 before most asylum closed. I've been hiding out here since the Wretch King decided to eradicate witches from the dream. Oh. My only customers these days are you and the odd member of the merry band. Most of the other witches followed Millie on some secret quest, something about finding the last idol before Robert does. Oops. Oh, he's talking too much. Anyway, if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Alright, last witch. Well, as I said, I was the last witch to be inducted as an initiate. How unfortunate. Now my body is in a coma somewhere in the real world. Good thing my parents are rich. They can pay to have a doctor about, I'm sure. Like... they can pay for it, but will they pay for it? Because there's a difference. I'd rise up against the Wretch King myself, but I never got all that good at magic. All the best grimoires were locked up or hidden by the time I became a witch. You know, you might search the attic. That's where most of the witches were locked up. There's bound to be a grimoire up there. Okay, let's talk about the house. It's almost beyond belief how quickly the house went downhill after Margaret fled. Word somehow got around about girls falling into comas once they visited Muston House. Off went Margaret Blackett, and there was no way to do any maintenance or upkeep on the house. The idol in the real world just watched as Muston House grew moldier and dustier, incorporating that decay into the dream. Thankfully, Muston House is seeing use again for those poor soldiers. If I ever get my hands on Margaret Blackett... You know... As I said, do I think Margaret's a bad person? I honestly don't. I think she's helping her father, but she doesn't, like, understand what a wicked man she is. I don't know if it's biased because she loves her father or what. I was gonna say we don't hear anything about her mother, but she was a woman from China who allegedly died in childbirth, but I don't believe that now that I'm thinking about it. Millie truly outclassed us all, but I wouldn't really call her a leader. She was a bit too mad to be a leader. She could be scary sometimes. Fits where she rocked back and forth, talking about the Night Mother. For a while, she had us working with Robert Blackett. It does sound really... As I've had time to think about it, I think he killed the mother. Why? I don't know. He could have just left with Margaret, but... I guess it was, like, the 1800s, right? Could have died in childbirth. But, I'm just gonna assume he did something bad. There were all these tunnels under the ground going to different iterations of the dream. We had steady work, riding these really modern cable cars back and forth, ferrying bodies in the undead. Never found out what Robert Blackett was doing with all of them. That didn't last, though. Millie and Robert had some kind of falling out. Not too long ago, she took the rest of the witches to the last old iteration that's still running. I was to remain behind since I was the worst at spells. I never saw them again. The Wretch King declared absolute war on witches after they left. Alright, let me do something quick because I'm dropping frames like nobody's business, which I always do, but... will that fix it? Unfortunately, like, the closest server, they don't have a New York server anymore, I don't think. Hey, Jasiro, how you doing? Alright. Search the attic for a lost grimoire. Maybe I will. Well, you know what? I don't use magic, so maybe I won't. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Just a chill Sunday afternoon. Alright, so... Oh, can we not go this? Oh, wait, we can. It's this. Oh, this is the East Valley. I wanted to go to the circus. These are Valley Cottages. I don't remember where anything is. We're just gonna back off. Yeah, I know, Welsh. Why is there so much oh my god. Oh my god, they killed that guy. Nice. I don't think that cured my poison. Oh, we don't want to be here. We don't want to fuck with the Valley King. Oh my god, everyone get out of the way. It's a different night, right? So, like, I'm not gonna remember the whole map. I just want to find the, deep in the Cagewood to the west. Is there a quicker way to get to the Cagewood? Alright, where's my little... do that because, people outside do be yelling. That is the one thing about nicer weather is like everyone's outside and everyone's being loud as shit for some reason. I don't understand. I suppose, like, sometimes when I'm with Loki, I'll talk to Loki, right? But generally, I'm like pretty quiet when I'm outside. So I don't understand yelling or any shit like that. Hello. Thomas. I do have photos, but not for you. Even the cage wood to the west. Oh, actually, I think this leads to the boat guy, if we go this way. Also, we have no idea how Josette is doing. I assume she's okay. Hey, man. No mirrors past the bog in the valley. Too close to the cage wood, I suppose. The whole area is cursed. Your best bet is to use the mirror in that abandoned cottage by the East Forest dock. I can give you a ride from there anytime. All right. So just keep going west. I already opened the door, but we don't need to be in the circus anymore, and I don't feel like hanging out in the circus. I'm here for one thing. I do like these lights, though. Hi, Loki. All right. Oh, okay. Hold on, Loki. Here's your tomato. Come here. Ooh. Oh, I'm super bleeding. I'll be okay, though. Uh-oh. Idiot. How does she know so quickly? Horse girl! In the image of the Night Mother, she was made by his earthly hands. Okay, but like, horse girl. Seriously, how does she so quickly know which way to go? Let's just go. Oh, I do want the treasure. I still feel you should have iframes when you're rolling. Alright. Curse damage tolerance, fire damage melee attacks, poison impact melee attacks, heals 1 point of health every 2 seconds. Ooh. Poison impact, I think, would be really nice for the whip. What can I get rid of? What rings am I wearing? Poison buildup, you know? Eh. Alright, let's see. Yes. Inner light, don't know what that means. Spell damage, who cares? Let's go. Uh-oh. A skeleton wearing a soiled green cloak and horse skull mask. Is that like a failed horse girl? You know what? I will take the outfit. Why do you need it? A horse skull mask favored by devotees of the Night Mother. One of the Night Mother's instruments received... Okay, yep. Thanks. Three notch wheels, each with 10 possible settings. Oh. Ooh. Plus 4 curse damage and melee attacks. Ooh, and more melee damage. All right. Oh, I've got 2 with like poise impact. Leading build up. More speed. What's this one? Ugh, that one's actually... Alright, I think I'm okay with the rings. A set of rusty copper pipes and a schematic for improving the Byzantine labyrinth organ chamber. Allows the user to harden their body with ancient blood an additional 5 times. As ancient blood is more viscous than organ grease, an additional filter is acquired under the chamber. Emitting the filter will immediately result in a foul-smelling clog. That'll take forever. Alright, so it said it was... Tenter Black House deep in the Cagewood West. Oh, there were 2 other areas I could go in Cagewood. Okay. Oh, there's the little girl going to search the bodies again. Bless her. Oh my god! Oh my god, this rude horse. Okay. A ring set with 3 low-quality rubies. The dream will not become a bloody hunting fantasy for you and that beast of yours. I tolerate your presence only because my daughter begged me to, but there are limits to my patience. Alright, so there's really nothing here. Oh, I found it. What's that? This. A machine for powering the residence with electricity. It's missing an electrical generator. Alright, let's see. Oh, withered. Is that bad? Probably fine. Oh dear, Nightingale, is that you? You look so normal. Do I? I suppose you must have defeated the beastly version of yourself and got her key. My name is Liddy. The catatonic lump on the couch is my sister Letty. Liddy and Letty, nice. You should never have come here. There's nothing but madness and horror in this house. Do you feel weak? Like you've withered away from the inside? That's the effect this house has. It greatly diminishes your vitality and curse tolerance as long as you're inside it. I so wish to leave and go see the Cagewood Circus. Sometimes I can hear the music. But I can't go without Letty. Robert Blackett gave us all some sort of sleeping medicine while he performed surgeries on us. He used waking powder after to wake us up, but Letty never got any. Since you're here, maybe you can find some waking powder? I suspect you can find some in the laboratory upstairs. I'm too weak to venture up there. I'll reward you with something precious. If you need any supplies, I have a few things here I can provide at a cost. Okay, let's see. Ah. Alright, let's see. I have a... Oh. Someone's died. Oh, wire requirements. Robert, I've wired Blackett House for electricity. It was really quite trivial, but still took precious time away from my projects. I will expect the favor returned. The large tank next to the house stores spoiled organ grease. To convert the grease to electricity, you'll need to install an electrical generator. I left one inside the house. If something goes wrong, I also have another generator hooked up to the central station logistics machine you could borrow. Don't do anything stupid, Priscilla. I think Robert's gonna do something stupid. I'll say it. He is a stupid- oh! A squalid room. Picture of PETA. I mean, so far this place is alright. Oh, the flesh precipice, huh? I don't like this. Hold it. Yeah! Interesting. Okay, nice. So they're just chilling, huh? A pearl lock depicting a bloody man with animal fangs. Whoever created it must possess exceedingly poor taste. I got off one of the guests at that tower when I snuck in last, but I lost it somewhere on the way back. Just my luck. Plus 20% health, vampirism at melee attack, plus 2 speed, base melee damage, right? I think this one's better. We're doing all right. This is okay. Let's see. O disciple, leap into the path. A shepherd must carefully observe the sheep, lest he forget how many remain outside the pen. 1, the Night Mother speaks to many. 2, but only few will follow. Shun those who ignored her message. Pursue those she did not speak to. Alright. That'll be a shortcut back over here. So I wonder what the place looks like if you're cursed. Like, does it look normal if you're cursed? Yeah, let's jump into the hole. Oh, how do I get back up? Nice. A severed zombie head filled to the brim with poisonous sludge. Can be squeezed to eject the liquid as a projectile at the cost of slightly poisoning the squeezer. Nice. Oh! Rude. We're okay. Yeah, I'm not even peeking anymore. I'm just going straight in. No fear on narrative. Idiot. Stop. Gurney physician. I'll put a stop to those bloody squeaking wheels once and for all. Alright. Stop. We're okay. Necrotic beast zombie. The poor creature's clothes are absolutely in tatters and it's so hungry. Not my problem. Oh, the seance room. Good. Oh. I don't know. An unseen force holds the painting in place. Oh, wait a second. You know what we have. Nice. Okay, anyway. The outcast's room. Ooh. Hey! Save found me! Oh, you again! I was hoping this room would remain a secret. I've heard a lot about you. Nightingale, right? How many filthy wretches are there? I'm from the 1888 iteration of the dream, so we've never met. Alright, so there's some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff happening. Have you seen the Robert Blackett that's trapped here? He's locked up in one of those fleshy passages. I can't look at him to see so great a man brought so low. Each night we all grow a bit larger, a bit more distorted. Down here, the dream is forgetting what we looked like. Perhaps you noticed I removed my mark of sin. I have no need of it anymore. Oh, is that what that? Okay. If you're feeling generous, could you do this poor soul a favor? I'd like you to give Robert my mark of sin. He'll know what it means. I cannot look at him, never again. Please find Robert and give him my mark of sin. You can find one of the fleshy passages here in the cholera clinic. Sure. Permanent left hand. Oh. A still flailing corpse hand once belonging to the filthy wretch, enchanted to slow those it's pointed at, allowing the user better control spacing and the pace of battle. Don't let them get too close before raising the hand, otherwise it won't work. Alright, let's carry this around with us. Nice. Outcast started in 1916. I'm told it's now the year 1916, and that a great war has broken out across the entire world. Not surprised to anyone who has read the Book of Revelation. More concerning is that there are apparently dozens of dormant Mawson houses floating in the blackness of space. I was a resident of one of those relics, designated 1888-6. Reanimated by Priscilla through some electrical blasphemy. How could all this not stir 100 theological questions within one's soul? Wait, what was this? Ode to a Nightingale. John Keats. Thou wast not born for death, immortal bird. No hungry generations tread thee down. The voice I hear this passing night was heard in ancient days by emperor and clown. Perhaps the self-same song that found a path through the sad heart of Ruth when, sick for home, she stood in tears mid the alien corn. Same that oft-times hath charmed magic casements opening on the foam. Perilous season. Okay, whatever. Sure. I'm sure it means a lot. Whatever. Oh, that's me. Hunter's ring. Okay. Hey, Marcus. Do a front flip? There you go. Close enough. Alright, so where's this lead now? Unlucky dress. A gray wool dress with black leggings. Created by Priscilla during a dressmaking class at Cheltenham Ladies College. She received her first and only failing grade for it. When below 25% health, grants 50% resistance to all damage types. Plus 10 poise. Okay, what's it look like, though? Oh, it's... It's kind of cute. Okay. Coin purse. All right, so where am I? The wine cellar. Who did I just kill for this dress? Alright, good. I've been finding a lot of candles, but not a lot of boss fights. So I clearly haven't done stuff, or I've done stuff well. I'm sorry for all the drop frames today, guys. It hurts to look at, but there's like nothing I can do about. Hey. Oh, it's Nightingale, is it? Please don't look too closely, my flesh is rotting. I'm Dr. Robert Blackett, I believe, from 1893. I was captured by Lara, the Night Mother disciple. Nothing I can do, right? But it does pain me whenever I see him, like, oh. She says I am to help usher in a new world, whatever that means. I won't ask you to help me escape. I imagine you figured out that I'm a troubled man by now. But if you don't mind lingering in this foul place for a few minutes, I can explain myself. Alright, let's talk. No, take this. So the coward refuses to see me himself. This can only mean one thing. The wretch has returned to his original faith. I must admit, I enjoyed being treated like a god. But I knew he'd return to Calvinism one day. I'll accept the blame so I don't have to. I mean, why would you accept the blame? I was like, you guys are the reason my frames are dropping nowhere to the internet. Some days are better, it's just not good today. I think you better go check up on him and make sure he isn't doing anything stupid. Alright. Around 1880, a few years after moving to the Mostyn house, I started hearing a voice in the dream. It was subtle, neither male nor female, more symbolic than auditory. I'd like to hear what that voice sounds like exactly. As a stubborn man, I could never admit I was going mad. So I convinced myself that the voice was actually my own. Specifically, the voice of my own mind in the real world, reaching out to my simulacrum in the dream, giving it a rational direction. The voice of your mind still sounds like your own voice. Like when you think, it sounds like you. If you try hard enough, yes, you can, like, I guess, make it sound like the voice of someone you know. Like, you know what I mean. But generally, whatever. In order to better hear it, I start each iteration of the dream by drilling a precise hole in my cranium. Chill. After making that hole, the voice became so loud I could no longer distinguish it from my own thoughts. Everything became a blur, and time no longer held any meaning. Here in this prison, in some distant corner of the dream, I finally no longer hear the voice. Now I can see the voice is not mine, but whose voice was it? I am not a good man. I have some shameful and twisted proclivities, but my worst sins in the dream were dictated by that voice. That voice. I feel such shame when I look at Margaret. Not for abandoning her bleeding, noxious peasant mother. You're such a dickhead. I told you he probably did it. He probably killed her. No, for being so hard on her. She has such a sweet nature. I believe that sweetness, given her unusual circumstances, to be a liability. I thought perhaps when we met Peter Mostyn that I had found a respectable man I could pass the torch of Margaret's care to. Unfortunately, Peter seemed more interested in that Indian house guest of his. What? As the dream slowly turned into a nightmare, Peter began to drink heavily and resent our presence. Yeah. Because, like, you were pressuring him into shit he didn't care about. Like, I'm sure him and Margaret would have been good friends, but when Peter died of a heart attack in the real world, the police were naturally suspicious. Well, I had no direct hand in his demise. Yeah, no direct hand, but you still had a hand in it. One thing I do not regret is making sure the house is well stocked with alcohol. Okay, you know what? You kind of did have a direct hand in it. If you made it here, I'm sure you've seen a few of my secrets. As a child, I had a keen interest in dead animals. Alright, serial killer talk. I would spend hours gathering decaying creatures and dissecting them. Was it Was it this youthful curiosity that set me on the path to become a doctor? No, my interest in the bodies was as much aesthetic as it was scientific. Though the decision to hire the butcher surgeon was dictated by the voice in my head, it was my own private obsessions that led me to finally experiment on a living subject in the dream. Through a combination of ritual and surgery, I turned a poor girl into an abomination. Millie. Now that my head is clear, I can still hear her distorted vocal cord shrieking. While the other iterations of me did after 1893, I can only speculate. I would guess there are a fair number of abominations out there now. Alright. So I guess he's probably a boss. Of course he is. Oh, wait, what are you doing? I've been mired in sin since coming to Mostyn House, but now I'm ready to repent. The dream may be the creation of a god, but is not the creation of the one true God. There is no one true God. Does the facsimile such as I have a soul? Perhaps the real me is burning in hell. If only I had simply let the disease overtake me before coming to this place. No matter. I believe I have a soul and I intend to redeem it. I've prepared the racial ritual. The die is cast. Jesus, take me into your arms! Okay. I tried. Okay. I think there's the other way I can go, because I want to get that thing for Lottie. This house is so big, though. Oh, I think because I was running, it, like, stopped. Because it was just chilling before. Right. Oh, I need, there we go. Wait, what? Welsh Country Houses 7. I've missed a few. Blackett House, built in Durham Valley in 1879, lies literally and figuratively in the shadow of Mostyn House. After befriending Peter Mostyn, American physician Dr. Robert Blackett and his daughter, Margaret, were invited to live in Mostyn House. They soon decided a home of their own nearby to retreat to. The pair chose a small clearing in the woods near Durham Bog to build a relatively modest two-floor mansion in a conspicuous American colonial style. Just 2 years later, Peter Mostyn was dead, and Mostyn House was left to Dr. Blackett. Since then, Blackett House has seen little use. But who left it to him if Peter was annoyed by them? Hello, bear. Oh, can I? Oh, I don't need to upgrade anything. Oh my god, that was rude. Stop it. Oof. Yeah, I don't have much HP. I mean, I am withered, but yikes. Alright, we're gonna have to... This armor's also not helping because it's really loud. Oh, mimic, huh? Alright, let's go. Search the body. Preparing spells was taking too long, so she enchanted a candle. Good for her. Of course, it's locked. Key to interior doors of Blackgate House appears to have been broken and then pieced back together. It can only be used a single time before it completely crumbles. Oh, he smashed all keys so we can't get out, but what is broken can be mended. Yes. Don't know if I want to go in there. Can I open that? I don't know what I want to open. The key is a one-time use. Guess we just keep going right from the grotesque room. Is there anything I can use? I guess oh, right. I kind of have some things. We'll eat some rare bit. Because I have a lot of it. Another interior key. That's actually probably really good to have. Oh my god, stop! Black wax crafted from red, yellow, and blue wax. Useful ingredient in the production of spells. Whoever enchanted this must surely have a dark soul. Okay, we can use this. We don't want to be super cursed. A tarnished magical amulet created by one of the mad residents of Blackgate House. Okay. Oh, you've been cursed, huh? I guess that's just kind of to get back and forth. I wonder if I can open this room now that I have a key. I can search the body. I doubt there's anything important. Where did I want to be? Okay, the Dismal Hall. Right, the lock is so... Oh, it's probably like a... Okay. Let's just leave. Lottie, I can't help you. Oh, some of the doors are locked. You'll need to find a crumbling interior key to open them. Unfortunately, keys are so fragile they're only good for one use. Yep, be careful opening doors if you have been hexed by mad witches. Maybe it'll detect them if you're particularly perceptive. Yeah. Oh, Era, huh? She's the finger lady. She's obsessed with fingers. Oh. Oh, Withering Room, huh? Like the title of the game. Alright, another tarnished amulet. Interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, this isn't good. That's fine. Just take out Horse Girl. Where are we? Oh, I didn't know that would happen by opening this. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll be okay. What is that? I mean, it's a final experiment, but like... Music's cool, though. We did it. Alright. Vial of white powder used by Robert Blackett to wake his experiments after surgery was over. He used to wake Letty in the Blackett house foyer. She looked in the mirror after waking and screamed, but her vocal cords were mutilated flaps. The sound has stuck with me since. Final experiment. Lock her away. I'm returning to Mostyn House. I should have stopped long ago. We did it. Alright, what else is here? I'm glad I kept looking around. Because that was actually a really scary, like, boss design, to be honest. I still want to keep looking, though, before we move on past the church. They're annoying. I just want to look really quick. I am vaguely cursed, but I'm okay. It's locked, and I don't have any more crumbling keys. That's okay, though. If I miss something, that's okay. I mean, I'm a little sad, but there's only so many keys. Ooh, a small generator created by Priscilla to power Blackgate House in the Dream converts organ grease into electrical power. I understand you want your own lab, Robert. I'll wire it, but in return you need to help me finish construction of the tower. I don't know how to defeat that lady. Hi, Loki. Another interior key. I do wish, though, if you could use the interior key, it asks you before it just uses it. Let's go this way, because I couldn't open it because it was... I guess it does actually have a little... Where did you come from? Hey? Eat it. Don't just stare at me. God, you. He dropped the tomato because he wants another one. He hoards them for a couple hours, and then he, moves on and actually eats them. They did say they hexed them. Hey, buddy. A small heavy bell originally worn by a corpse is part of Robert Blackett's Regal in Death art project. Robert has become more and more comfortable displaying these posed dead bodies in the public spaces. How can you teach the tactless tact? A lightweight blood-spared scythe. It's not clear whether it was ever used as a farming implement. Okay, hold on. What does this super cool head thing look like? I prefer the Medusa thing. Stop. Alright, I mean, I don't use charms, but I guess I can remember it because I have a lot of open room to remember things. Are we done here? No, we got other ways to go. Neglected room, huh? Yup. Right. Okay, actually, let's use a warding candle because I don't want to get cursed and get curse rot. What's that noise? I've heard it before, but I don't remember what it is. This place is huge. Guess we'll go back in the vial room and see what there is. I do have to kill that. Oh my god, what are you doing? Okay. Just because I wanted this. Nothing really of value, though. Alright. Let's go. We'll give the thing to Letty. Letty. How do I get out of here? Is there a mirror anywhere? No, I just have to walk. Okay, I think I go into the dilapidated room and then I can go downstairs. I don't know if rolling helps at all. Like in a lot of games, you roll and that's kind of a quicker way to get around. I don't know if that's the case here. Okay, we're going the right way. Hey, got your thing. Yeah, here you go. Liddy, not Letty. You found the waking powder. Oh, I do hope this works. Oh, you know, I'm worried it won't. She's awake. Aw. She seems a bit dazed. I don't want to spend too much time here. As promised, I'll leave some rewards here for you. Thank you, Nightingale. We'll see you at the circus. Oh, you are quite welcome. A small wind-up Nightingale doll in a contorted pose, her face blurred. It's her only chance to escape. When activated, a shadow Nightingale emerges and silently loots the room. She cannot be seen or heard by anyone else. Each time treasure is taken, a small spell toll is incurred. A short sword, blackened with cursed energy. Damage increases with the wielder's spellcasting ability, not their melee prowess. One of the Night Mother's instruments. Okay. You know, we're just gonna keep going. I can keep, but I'm kind of done here. You know, is there more to do? Maybe. Oh, can I actually tell what's his face that, I think I'll tell what's his face that what's his face burned or whatever, and then we'll get going. All right, one more, and then that's it. Oh, it's probably like one of the wrapped up girls looking in. Yeah, that is a big difference in health. I think he was at the... Yep. Alright, so nothing good's happening anywhere. I don't know why I closed the strange bedroom. Alright, just in case. Hey, man! Alright, see ya. I mean, let's be real, I didn't have to fight the vicar either because I had gotten the vicar's card. Okay. I was gonna say, there should be a shortcut. Yeah, I fought like a beast nightingale, and then I just took a little looky-loo. How many remembrance tears do I have? Okay, this will actually be good for New Game Plus, probably. That's funny. Let's keep it. Let's keep that. I can't see myself using them, but, like, they're fun. I have the room. Oh, you know, I do have something I'm wearing. Whatever. All right. Things don't look good here. Oh, do I have to... Okay, see. Assuming the user's already upgraded the organ chamber once, the schematics have pipes to allow the user to harden their body an additional 5 times. For many years I thought it impossible to further improve the chamber, but then the answer came to me as I was mincing a brain. Just split the main organ grease delivery pipe into 3 smaller pipes. That was one of my main rings for a long time. Uh-oh. 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 Farm hall, that's not good. Oh. Nice. A comforting bear! A teddy bear enchanted to gradually drain the holder of cursedness while held. Hold left trigger to cuddle, which magically raises the rate at which the bear removes cursedness. Cuddling gradually consumes the bear's power until it is no longer usable. Oh. A Key for the Blood Tower elevator allows access to the basement and lobby floors. Man wed to machine in eternal embrace. Pitiful, aren't they? The Jailkeeper. They must wear the helmet for their appearance, otherwise it would be too unpleasant for our guests. Oh. Alright, let's see what the bear does. I know what the bear does, but I want to, like, just kind of see what it looks like. Where would I find it? Aww. Okay. We'll stay with the lantern, though. That was rude. Okay, so they're very weak. So what's this way? Because I think I need to go in the elevator. Absolutely nothing. Well, you know what? Enemies and some good... Oh, buddy, give you all the tomatoes you could ever... The tomatoes I think you could ever want. I know he wants all of them. Oh, can we go to the lobby? Hello? He's just chilling. Hello? Oh. That's not nice. Is the carnage over? Oh my. You're the original Nightingale, aren't you? I'm Peter the Clerk! I used to be Pete Mostyn. Well, one of the Peter Mostons. I'm not sure which vintage. But Dr. Blackett was kind enough to erase all those unpleasant memories. Now I live a fairly new life here at the elegant Blood Tower. Well, it used to be elegant. Why does his head look so big? I guess the mask. Some absolute madman opened all the jail cells in the farm. Now it's complete bedlam, madness, and murder. Surely you have the talent to put an end to this. Please take the hotel elevator key. It will grant access to the upper floors. You have to find Dr. Blackett. He'll know what to do. Check the baths on the first floor first. Godspeed, Nightingale. Alright, Peter. If you haven't heard, the stars of the dream are actually older iterations of the dream. So there's loads of copies of each person exposed to the dream. Those iterations were all dormant and lifeless, but Robert Blackett, with his fantastic intellect, devised a way to electromagnetically stimulate them back to life. For a while, he had a great operation going where the dormant iterations were used as hunting grounds. The blood and organs were transported by cable car as raw materials for the fledgling Blood Tower. He also brought back a bunch of us Peter Mostons. We've been trained as servants for the Blood Tower, and what an absolute joy it is to serve. Once construction of the farm was completed, the old iterations were no longer needed. But since we Peter Mostons were magically bound here, we can live out our days in the Blood Tower. Good. Oh, you snuck him through the farm, did you? Isn't it marvelous? Dr. Robert Blackett is a true genius. Each cell holds one of the undead from previous iteration of the dream. The ceiling is covered in spikes and being mechanically lowered. They wake up each night and are crushed beneath the spikes. The floor of the cell is a grate that leads directly to a blood and organ reservoir beneath the Blood Tower. The blood and organs fall through the grates and power the Blood Tower. To think people used to manually harvest blood and organs in the dream. What dolts! Alright. The Blood Tower being coated in blood tends to be more static than the rest of the dream. Unless magically bound, residents wake up right where they went to sleep. Unfortunately, someone undid the magical bindings in the farm and opened all the cell doors. The undead have murdered all the guests, and each night the guests rise from the floor just to be murdered again. Who could have done this? I initially suspect Priscilla, my traitorous sister. But she's been locked up in the church and furthermore has no magical ability. It might have been a witch, but the Wretch King has taken care of them. If there were any martyr plackets left in the dream, I'd suspect her. She was always getting in Robert's way. But she's not visited the dream in a long time, and the iterations where she was present are all dormant. But you're proof that there's at least one old iteration still running. Gah, enough prattle. Please, you've got to fix this. Find Robert. Okay, sure. Alright, welcome to the Blood Tower. Dear patron, pleasures beyond imagination await. Once details of the transaction are confirmed, you'll be escorted into the receiving room. There, help yourself to a drink and relax on the bed. You will join us shortly. Yours, the Sanguine Madam. Alright, let's see. Hi. Okay. Nice. They don't need it. Bloody Tao, a 17th century Chinese sword coated in organ grease. 30% physical damage done is also applied to the wielder. I don't like that. I'll stick with my whip, thanks. Oh. Why would you do that? Excellent service, but those masks are a bit disconcerting. Oh, there's a boss here, huh? I guess he did say fine. Oh. Alright, give me a second. It's gonna find me, because I'm wearing the world's loudest armor. Hey! A red dining hall invitation is visible hanging from the creature's jaw. Yeah, I want it. The invitation won't come loose. Of course. It takes a lot to make it bleed. Why is it turning purple? Oh, I'm terrorized. Well, she's bleeding, so we're okay. Nice. A red leather envelope inviting the holder to the Blood Tower's dining hall on the second floor. Even though I had an invitation, I couldn't get in. They said I wasn't dressed stylishly enough. The rules are absolutely opaque. Alright. She's a big one. String her up in the baths. It's the only place she'll fit. That's mean. I did fight her. But it had to be done. Can you stop? I know that he said there were many Peter Mostins, but like, has he ever met one of the other Peter Mostins? The one behind the counter? I'm just curious. I'm glad they're fighting each other. Because that would leave me like 8,000 enemies to take on, which would be okay. But, you know, it saves me time. I need water. I've been eating these tomatoes and they're very hydrating, but I just need a nice, beautiful sip of water. Ugh. Beautiful. Alright, okay, I was gonna say, how do I get out of here? Second floor. Alright, before we explore the second floor, I'm just gonna take a quick break to go to the bathroom. And think about things. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. This game is so good. I'm still really enjoying it. I kind of I do and I don't know what's going on. To be fair, I've just been doing whatever, but it's never felt like there's been a point where it feels like a drag. It's nice. Anyway, I'll be back. All right. We're back. Oh my god. That was rude. What are you doing? Stop. Ooh, address the blood perpetually flowing over it. The blood gradually heals the wearer as long as they're not in danger. Ooh. Organ grease with enough blood mixed in flows well and can be used to protect just about anything in the dream. What's it look like? Beautiful. To Robert. Robert, when I designed the blood tower, we agreed it would be used to host the brightest minds and most compelling personalities the real world could offer. I knew it would take time to discreetly attract the best of society, but we are now a full 6 months into this operation, and the quality of our guests remains poor. In fact, the quality of our guests is declining, each one more decadent and bloodthirsty than the last. It's gotten to the point that I no longer believe it's safe for me to stay in my own creation, so I moved back to the church. I plan to visit the Blood Tower lobby each month, and should the situation not steadily improve, I will hold you accountable. Get him! Alright, I've healed enough. Let's get back to my heavy outfit. I like the horse, statue. Oh, this is... Uh-oh. Oh, it's Horace and Felix? Breaks my heart to see him like this, but we do need guards for the second floor, don't we? Oh. What a shame. Oh, what's up? Alright, before I go in, you might look through the rooms on the second floor for a bloody dress to wear, alright? Buddy. Stop. Okay, what do we need? I think I'm good. Alright, well, I've got the attire. I'm not sure if the fire damage is actually doing anything. I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, Ooh, 1% speed, huh? Curious little statue. All right. I do want to put that. Let's see. When I was a boy, I saw a fox tear upon a rabbit and feast upon its red entrails. I wondered what it'd be like to suffer such an end. It scared me, but also intrigued me. Here, I can find out, but with full knowledge that I will be reborn again and again. There's no greater ecstasy than to be consumed. Father will be incensed that I have spent so much, but I need only invite him and he will understand. No fee is too high. All right, calm down. Oh! I turned away for a second. Hey, idiot. Adds 1% for 5 points wielder's cursedness to melee attacks. Oh, right. One of the things I lost a million years ago when I died. The use of electromagnetic radiation for placing suggestions in minds, advanced pump construction, adventures in stimulating dead muscle, implantation of resonant rods in the cranium, cable car tension experiments, transportation network efficiency, self-clean oscillating coal chutes. Okay. Oh, research avenues. Okay. Is there anything? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we need the bloody dress. I don't think we need any kind of, like, headpiece, but... Let's see. What will go... Oh, you know what'll go great, actually? The necromancer helm. I look glorious. I look like I'm ready for a party. Alright, dining hall entrance. I think I'll be okay. Hey, I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Yes, I do have an invitation. Do you have the proper attire? Yes. Enjoy yourself. Thanks. Spaced a little awkwardly. Oh. Four small blinds are faintly visible on the painting's checkerboard floor. Nothing happened. All right, time to go. Oh, the secret loft, huh? Nice. All right, let's get back into our outfit because Peter can't kick us out now. Idiot. To Father. Father, though I will never join you in the dream again, I've done as you asked. Mauston House has left me in profound debt, and I was forced to take out many loans from dangerous men. As such, I had little choice. I've hired a few disreputable women to acquire high-quality clientele. There should be a new arrival each week. Even with the exorbitant fees I will collect, it will take many years to repay the debts. After that, I will wash my hands of this odious affair. I will sink the idol to the bottom of the ocean. May you forever rot in your bloody tower, you darn mugger. Get him. Ah. I don't know anything about the moon. And I was gonna say I can use an oracle thing, but like I can't. Oh, right. Rat of something. Osiris, so R-O. N. We're just gonna spell Ron. Woohoo! A key from the bell tower elevator allows access to the roof. Right now, vinegar and the blood is beginning to smell. Nice. I'll be honest, I don't quite remember the phase of the moon, so you can kind of just guess it. Puzzle gods everywhere are like shrieking because I didn't take the time to figure it out. Oh well. Here we go. Yeah, I guess we're in the first floor of the lobby and the basement, so I guess we'll just go to the roof. Found the source of the bells. Oh, this probably the last boss. Wait till I stand there and just, like, mash X, which is what I've been doing. I think I would have died a million times by now. Oh, this one has only one red eye. Hello! Oh, serpent heart, hid with flowering face, did ever a dragon keep so fair a cave? Betrayed by my own daughter. Margot released the wretched masses to overrun the tower. But she didn't do it alone, did she? No, you destroyed my guardian angel. My nightingale could have put a stop to this. But I do not blame you. You're but a simulacrum, a remnant of an older iteration of the dream. How can you appreciate something so fantastic as this tower? I'll give you one chance. Leave this tower and never return. Are you going to attack me? You've been fucking up a lot of shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to. Ungrateful urchin. You shouldn't even exist, should you? Your iteration of the dream was like a burnt out candle. Yet here you are. Oh. Oh! Ken and Priscilla. Hello, Robert. It's your old friend Priscilla, remember me? Yeah, she was pretty mad at him. Fucking girl power. The one you imprisoned in the church? The one whose work you stole? Didn't everyone basically say, like, there was a no with, like, really good math calculations for something or other, and they basically said it couldn't be Priscilla because she's a woman, and the calculations and equations were, like, too well done for it to be her. And it was, like, the 1800s, right? So, like, what could you expect? Because women can't be that smart, but come on. Thank you, Nightingale, for clearing the path here. Even with his mechanical attire, I was not strong enough to breach Robert's defenses. Truly underestimated Robert, he was such a good puppet most of the time. Oh. He executed my ideas so faithfully for so long. Oh. Teaching the dream about magic, about corpses, the use of organ grease, the tower, all my ideas. But no matter, no one will take what is mine from me again. Oh. I've been in the dream longer than any of you. I was here first. This is my kingdom. Now I just need to take care of Margaret and the tower will be free of blackets. Oh, and you. Then the tower will be free of witches as well. Is she attacking me with Robert?
All right, Robert.
That's really funny. Hey, make yourself useful. I'm gonna just keep swinging you around. That's really funny. Yup. Yup. What is the eternal light? I told you I would just stand there and mash X. What is the eternal life without autonomy? Thank you for doing none of us had the strength to. Why did she... I guess we are in the dream. I was gonna say why she still looks so young, but we're all in the dream. Where did you come from? My father was sick, and clearly Priscilla had gone mad from being in the dream for so long. It's time for the dream to end. I salvaged Peter's spell for disabling an idol. With the idols all gathered in one place, we can disable them all. We can end the dream forever. I can't promise the real world will be pleasant, but it will be real with no undead. Yeah, I feel like everyone's suffering, so like maybe everyone, like a lot of people will end being, but it's like, do you end the life? Like, Defeat seems to be having a good time, right? Josette's fine, but you know what I mean? Like, they're all suffering even though they're living a life. Nightingale, if you destroy the final dream, all of us who are no longer alive in the real world are fit. That is true. What about you? You'd be nearly 40 years old if you're alive at all. There's a different path. Become our queen, reshape the dream into something better. Oh, you could bring everyone from the 1892 iteration here. We can make Peter's original fantasy of the dream as a paradise a reality. Nightingale, you have a choice to make. Take as much time as you need, finish any remaining business you had in the dream. Come talk to us when you've made up your mind. Oh. I'm gonna go with Margaret. I'm gonna go with the waifu. Yeah, I guess they can keep, like, it does suck, but like, that is true. They didn't ask for any of this. But like, I'm gonna go with Margaret. I'm gonna go with Margaret. I'm gonna be playing again, not on stream, but like, I'm gonna go with Margaret. I'm just curious. I'm probably dead in real life, but all right, hold on. No. Are you ready to become the queen of the dream? I don't think I am, to be quite honest. I think I'm gonna return to reality no matter what the reality is. I'm a little more curious about that. Like, queen of the dream, I suppose I can change things, but can I? Like, everyone's kinda in a bad yeah. And you know what? I am. Nightingale, do you really want to doom those of us who exist only in the dream? Are you sure you want to end the dream? This will end the game. Yes! It will only take a moment. I'm still very morbidly curious, even though everyone will die. Sorry, everyone. Complete the 4th chapter. Oh, the epilogue. William's home, 1916, and that's the kind of thing. Margaret completes the spell. The dream is over, Nightingale awakes in a bedroom of her family estate. That's the thing, is I'm actually really curious about who Nightingale is, and I feel like I won't learn that if I don't end the dream. I'm gonna be playing again anyway for like achievements and for the other endings, but as hard as that, like a little hard as that feels, I just kind of want to end the dream, because yes, like all their lives end, or you know, but I'm not looking good. My God, she's awake! Three months later, I look pretty good for 40. Okay, hold on. Oh, look at me walk! Can I go poopy? Oh my God. Okay, I can't wear any outfits. Alright, let's see. Nightingale, I knelt to the floor and wept with joy when I learned you had awoken. To have my darling girl back, after all these years, now a woman. The doctor informed me you were able to walk again. I'm immensely proud. I'm to take a leave from the front in October, and will be by your side then. Love, Father. Nightingale, the car is ready. The woman in Mostyn House said to be there before dinner, so we'll have to get going. Nightingale's driven to the Mostyn House. From a distance, she can see it is a flame. Oh, Mark's like, hey, check this out. So I have no one to help walk me. Hey, y'all. Oh my God, it's Edgar. Oh, Nightingale, you made it. It's so wonderful. Oh, it is Rakesh. Rakesh, Edgar, Mary, the gang's all here. It's so wonderful to see you walking. I can only imagine how difficult it's been. Stuck in bed for over 20 years. I'd rather be in the trenches. We all have our crosses to bear. I suppose you've noticed the mansion is on fire. Oh, get him. It's the funniest thing. This afternoon, we received a letter from none other than Margaret Blackett. Instruct us to evacuate all patients. As soon as the last one was out, there was an explosion in the basement. It wasn't long until the flames had spread to the rest of the house. We should all be glad to be free of it, I suppose. I'd like to invite you all to my home for dinner tonight. It's not as grand as Mostyn House. Well, thank Christ for that. Let's go. What? Wait, voice cast? What voice? Alright, I died twice. 15 hours, bunch of items found, time spent hiding, 13 minutes. Alright, ending A. As Nightingale makes her choice, a curious pair of eyes open in a forgotten corner of Mostyn House. So hasty. She barely even considered the possibilities. So flippant, the fate of two universes in her hands. Surely she deserves another chance. There's yet time to slake the great beast's thirst. But not much, the clock is near midnight already. Another chance. Chapter 1. In a dream. The pain of the flame subsides as Nightingale loses consciousness. She awaked in a strange bedroom within Mostyn House, still in the dream. Nice! Do I still have... I mean, I still have all this stuff at least. Do I still have all my... I didn't save all my rings. Oops. Whatever. That's what I mean, is that, like... I wish when you go to save things, it tells you what you actually have equipped. It's not the end of the world, but... I wish it would show you. Anyway. That's a really good New Game Plus. It's kind of like a little prologue to, okay, well, she made her one choice, but like, that's okay. We can put her in another dream and she can make different choices. All right, hold on. Let's play some music. Nice. What a good game. All right, let's look at the other achievements. Because as I said, what I like about the achievements is I don't think any are hidden because it'll say fought a foe in location. So it doesn't even tell you like who the foes are, so it doesn't really spoil anything. All right, let's see. Capture a spirit with a camera. Defeat a foe on the roof. I never did that. Defeat a foe in the valley. Oh, false king's blood. All right, I chose not to fight the king and get the witch. Complete a plot against the king. I never did that. The wretch. Oh, well. Obtain all the Night Mother's instruments. Defeat many foes in the cemetery. Level up 40 times. Complete all arena challenges. Defeat a foe in the cholera clinic. Enter a different wrong room. Ending C. Activate 20 remembered shrines. Defeat a foe in central note. Oh. Didn't know there was a foe there. Take a picture with 5 or more subjects in frame. Find all the bestiary pages. Ending B. Ending D. Do everything the king asks. That doesn't seem too bad, to be quite honest. Especially, so there's nothing, I guess people who want a challenge, standard mode for the most part I was able to do. As I said, the one enemy that charges at you, I don't know how to block it. I don't know if the shield blocks it. That's the enemy that ended up doing me in. Generally, it wasn't too bad, but I got so upset I lost all my items. I did remember all of the right things. I mean, clearly, I should have remembered more, but that is a small thing. Before we get to, like, the downsides of this game, which I don't think are actually too, like, you know, they're not nitpicky complaints, but they're not, like, game breaking, game killing, whatever things. But the fact that when you go to remember things, I just wish it would tell you what items you currently have equipped in terms of like rings and amulets. I'll still be strong enough to finish the game. I will play in narrative mode because the fact that there's no achievement is actually kind of nice. Though at the same time, as an achievement, beat the game on standard mode. Although... No, you know what? I'm actually kind of glad there's not an achievement for it. 9 Souls I really liked, but that felt like a really hard... I know it was like a parry-heavy game, don't get me wrong, but that felt like a tough game to play. I think once you set it to easy mode, you couldn't get back to the achievement. Maybe you couldn't set it back to standard mode. I think that's what it was, because there's an achievement tied to it. So... easy enough. But anyway, I don't even know where to start. I liked it. I liked the game, clearly, right? Like, yes, I wanted to finish the game because I did want to move on because there's like other games I want to play as well. But after I lost all my items in standard mode, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to switch to narrative mode. I just didn't want to die again. You know, I was so absorbed in the story and the characters that I didn't want to get so frustrated. I did do a good job. I had a lot of healing items. I had a lot of money. It's just... sometimes it feels like the enemies can just wail on you. Like the bog behemoth was wailing on me. I guess play really smart, right? Like, play really smart, be very defensive at times. And that adds more time to it, but I did want to spend so long going back and forth that I kind of started losing parts of the story, you know? Because I think that just happens sometimes, especially when you get older. When I was younger, I could be done with a game, or not be done, but like kind of put a game down for a while and then come back to it and remember everything. But when you get older, it's just not what happens. But I'm glad the option is there. If games don't add difficulty, I'm not gonna like, you know, get upset over it because that's the dev's decision. But at the same time, if there are difficulty options, it just allows more people to be able to play it, enjoy it, make their mistakes, and kind of get better at it. I've heard people talk about, like, they'll start on easy difficulty, and then once they've kind of mastered the game, move up, because now they feel very comfortable and kind of know what to expect. So, you know, I did say, yes, last night, that, like, when a game is too easy, it just doesn't feel as enjoyable sometimes, because then... But everything else, like as I said, the story of the characters were so good that I didn't mind that I can kind of skip enemies and just, you know, stay engaged with everything that was going on. What a game. One person made it. Like, it did look like he had help with music, but generally it was like solo dev stuff. Yes, there were typos, but like, whatever. Yeah, the voice, I guess maybe grunts and stuff, right? Because I was like, what voice acting? But then I remember that, like, Nightingale makes noises when she gets attacked and stuff. And I think they do make little noises. But the game had so much going for it, right? There's, like, all these different outfits and armors and stuff to wear, depending on how you wanted to play. So many different ways you could upgrade them. I had a lot of, I think, Bloody Thread and a few weapon upgrade kits. I stuck with a whip. The whip, I wanted to keep a distance. Was it the best? No, honestly. But I really enjoyed it. As I said, the art style, right? You have so many indie games now that kind of start going for that place, and I say PlayStation 1 in quotes because it's still, I guess, the polygon style, but it still doesn't really look like a PS1 game to me. It looks like an imitation PS1 game. I don't say that in a bad way, but as someone who did grow up in the PlayStation era, I don't think it's one for one. And there are so many games that use that style, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, I'm not gonna, well, there are some games that look so bad, and unfortunately, some games can be really good, but if they don't have a good art style, and by that I mean ugly pixel art, right? There's so many shovelware games that I think, unfortunately, some bad pixel art games get kind of swept up in that, because I know people say you shouldn't judge a game by how it looks, but people are gonna judge games by how they look. I know the other thing, like, well, not every game needs hyper-realism. I don't even disagree. Do I like realistic-looking games? I guess it depends on the game, right? Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I thought was a very beautiful-looking game. Like, it took my breath away sometimes how nice it looked. But I like that Withering Rooms had its own distinct art style, is what I am slowly getting at. Just, yes, it's 3D, 2.5D, I don't know, but like, it has its own art style, it has its own enemies. It was creepy, it was dark, but it had its own art style going for it, and I think that was very enjoyable. A lot of games do the PS1 art style, that's fine. But, like, those games don't really stand out as much, in my opinion, because they look samey. They can have, like, the best story, and that's fine. But art style is very important to a game, and I think Withering Rooms, because of the art style it was going for, just accomplished a lot. The atmosphere was quite good, especially the Night Mother stuff. I didn't even try to go for the Night Mother stuff. I'm sure that's one of the endings. Just, I'll be honest, I didn't care to. Like, I don't know. It was, I know I said I'm going to try and finish the game. I still would have had time to go exploring, but there was just nothing that made me go like, oh, you know what? I want to go down this avenue with the Night Mother. I kind of wanted to end the dream. I know, like, the occupants were like, oh, you're gonna kill everyone here? Yeah. I still wish I knew what happened to Nightingale. Because the hag said, oh, usually brothers or sisters try to, like, get you in a mental asylum, but you were an only child. You must have been very naughty to end up here. I do wish I knew what happened to Nightingale. But, did Margaret live, by the way? She invited everyone, she got the patients out, and then she blew up the house, probably so that the dream can never be done again, right? Like, all those horrors, all that bad shit happening. I'm still a little curious, though, like, what caused Robert to want to keep it going? It was an asylum for, like, bad girls, but I guess he wanted to experiment on them, because he talked about, like, you know, Nightingale was one of his followers. Maybe I missed something. I totally could have missed something. I do miss a lot of things. But, yeah, bad shit was going down. Oh my god. That's another thing. The art style was really good. The whole game soundtrack fits so well, and it's such a nice, it's quite good. Like, sometimes I'll say soundtracks are good, but they're nothing to write home about. I think this soundtrack is quite good. Would I write home about it? It is a bit of a nice haunting soundtrack, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like I've said so many good things. I don't want to, like, sound like a broken record. But this truly does feel like a hidden gem. As I said, I can't keep track of every indie game, right? But sometimes you just hear about them, and you don't hear about this one all that much. To be fair, there's so many, like, little indie devs that how can all of them really catch attention? And the ones that do get your attention are already kind of like the big indie games. Like, Supergiant Games is a very well-known indie developer. Concerned Ape even, because Stardew Valley. What else is actually a quite known indie game? Or indie game developer? I'm looking through the games I have right now. I guess Pongle even, like, would be considered a big indie developer. It feels like Vampire Survivors actually really swept the nation. So, I don't know. But we'll say Supergiant Games is one of the very known indie developers. I do love their games. But, like, you're gonna hear a lot about it because they are a bigger team. Not a bigger team, but, like, a more well-known team. But Withering Rooms, what is it? Horror? They did such a great job with horror. Like, I don't know. The enemies could be very, like, scary. The one boss, when you have to get the waking powder for Letty, that was a haunting boss. Some of the enemies that come chase after you, the human ones were kind of... They weren't bad. They weren't as scary, though. But just... It had so much going on, and it never felt like it was going beyond its own scope. You could take pictures of things. I guess it makes sense to do it later. You could sell it to Thomas. I will say that kind of felt eh. But, like, it wasn't a bad thing, right? It just felt kind of eh. I felt that way about the roguelike system as well. Like, as I said, you do lose everything upon death if you don't have it in the remembrance shrine. The rooms change, the monsters change, and I guess they do talk about, like, you wake up to another night in the dream and everything changes. But I think I don't understand why so many monsters change areas. Like, they wake up and they all come back. That's fine. As I've said, I do like when there's lore reasons for enemies always coming back, and that explains it. Because it's a dream, nothing is permanent. But yeah, the roguelike thing, as I said, I could, oh, what's the phrase? It was what it was. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was kind of eh, in my opinion. But to be fair, I also didn't die a lot. So it does give you a chance to find some stuff. Like the Alice dress at the time, I didn't really have the money to afford it. And I think I found it in like a chest somewhere. So it is cool that sometimes you can find some really good stuff randomly. So I don't mind that, but losing everything, I don't know. I'm sure there's some hardcore people that love it. And as I said, I do like that there's the option for it because more does feel at stake. But then I do kind of feel like you have this pressure to not die because you don't want to lose all your shit when you've worked so hard. So I'm kind of like eh about it. What else? Sometimes the hitbox felt a little my hitbox, I should say. As I said, this isn't the only game that's done it where like the hitbox does feel a bit unfair, where visually it doesn't look like enemies should have gotten you, but they still have. I do wish you had more iframes when you roll. There is an item to mitigate that, but the caveat is like every time you run or roll, you do get more cursed. I just wish the rolling gave you some more invincibility frames, because there were times where like the enemy will elbow you when you go past and you get hit anyway. Sometimes they respawn really quickly. I don't know. It wasn't bad, as I said. Like the combat I really liked. Rolling around, all the different weapons, kind of build your own style on how you like to play. I did not go magic. Life's Good was saying that they had a magic build. I didn't want to get super cursed. What was it? Did you get an item that could remove curse? You do get a lot of warding candles. I will say that. It just, magic never really felt worth it. So I didn't go for it. I just went for the good old whip and status ailments. What else? Yeah, like small little things I had problems with. The hitboxes. Roguelike aspect was kind of eh. I think they could have done without it and it would still be fine. Like if you die, a new night starts and everything, fine, whatever. But the roguelike stuff, I guess that might make it too easy, right? Maybe not. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about it. Maybe it would be either like all the enemies randomized and the rooms randomized and you keep your items, or you lose your items but all the enemies and all the rooms stay the same and you don't lose your map. You know, it felt a little too randomized and a little too pressury, but again, that's me. I didn't dislike it. I just don't think I saw why it had to be part of the game, or maybe if there were options to shut off to, I don't know. But overall, you know, I would probably give this a 9.5 out of 10. Music was great, art style was great. I liked the story. It was quite engaging. It's quite fun to play. I can see myself easily going back to make different choices. Like some games I'll put down before I go back to, you know, play it and get more achievements, but I can really see myself going back very quickly to get different endings, do different things, maybe fill me in on some things that I don't understand. Because like Lamentum, for instance, there were different endings, but I don't think I actually understood a lot of what was happening in Lamentum. Did I get the perfect ending? No, but I've always said if you're going to have a game with different endings, even if you don't have every answer, I feel like some like basic main things should be answered no matter what ending you go for. Or even if a character guesses, I think this is what happened, there should be something. And I do feel like no matter what, Withering Rooms did answer questions. As I said, I still don't think oh no, you know what? What's his face did say he liked being thought of as a god. So maybe he liked playing god. Girls were falling comatose. He created the dream, although it did say the dream had been around for so long, but it seemed like he was trying to take control of the dream and become the god of his own world because shit was falling apart in the real world. Still don't know what happened with Nightingale, that she'd fallen into a coma. That doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I think it's literally because the hag said, you know, you must have been naughty for you to just kind of end up here. But as I said, a few small things keep it away from a 10 out of 10, but I could change that. I will give a score, and then upon further reflection, I will either take more points away or add them, in my own opinion. So it's never set in stone. But yeah, definitely a hidden gem, in my humble opinion. Because I think, honestly, it could be quite a popular game, but I think just so many people don't even know about it. It controls quite well. I don't know how it plays on mouse and keyboard. I don't think I would want to play it on mouse and keyboard, but it controls quite well. It's not... It's like just right. Her movement doesn't feel tight. Her movement doesn't feel loose. Although I will say, like, what was it? I would roll and then she would jump back, and I never understood why she would do it, because every time it happened, she would like jump into danger, and that got annoying. Sometimes an odd thing happened where I would roll and then go to attack, but instead of attacking, she would just like roll into the enemy, which would get me hurt more often than not. That was a pain in the butt. She also couldn't cancel her own actions. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but I think it would be nice if like you go to swing and then you can like stop and roll back. Cause I'm trying to think, like in the real world, you could probably do that, especially in a dream. If you're in a dream, you can do things you can't do in real life. And so that's why I think in a game like this, where 98% of it takes place in a dream, I believe you can cancel your own actions. I can suspend my disbelief because we're in a dream. So yeah, movement was like really good. It controlled really well, but now and then Nightingale would just do things that got me a little salty because I didn't want her doing it and I didn't press buttons to do it. Maybe I mashed too many buttons and just like it keeps the cue. I don't know. But that kind of stuff would happen now and again, and she just felt a little uncontrollable. If it was supposed to be on purpose and like have something to do with the plot or something, which would be like, you know those people who look so deep into every single little bit of context or whatever in a game? It's meaningful because this, how dare you miss it? It's so important. Maybe, but if that is the case, then it was not well executed. But what a good game. Very much enjoyed it. I'm really glad I played Withering Realms. I'm really glad I looked at the discussion boards and I found this game. I'm really glad there was a demo. I'm very excited for Withering Realms. I still think I enjoyed this more. I played Withering Realms, but then again, on standard, having gun enemies off the bat just felt not good. I think it was a while before they introduced gun enemies in Withering Rooms. I tended to just kind of run away from them or try to roll out of the way. But I think now, having played the side scroller, I'm not sure how much I love the aspect where it's like You're a little more free. You're not stuck in the side scrolling. I don't know. I really appreciate it. Though, as I said, I also do appreciate, like, the fixed camera in Withering Realms. So, we'll see when they're all done, right? They've, like, taken all of the critiques they would have gotten for Withering Realms and worked on it and worked on, like, balancing and everything. A lot of people are saying that it feels like it was based on Ending C, Withering Realms. I don't know what Ending C is. I will find out at some point, but I got Ending A. And I don't think any of them are considered the good ending, right? I like when endings are just kind of, and I understand they're perfect endings, but you know, I don't mind Ending A. You wake up, Margaret's like, hey, sorry all this shit happened. Come to my house. I've made it so this can never happen again. And she was mad at her dad because I think she felt quite blinded to what he was doing, which was just like, I don't know if he was torturing the people. But I guess it was actually Priscilla, and she was using Robert, which is pretty based. I never would have guessed her, to be quite honest. But at the same time, as I said, like, there were letters how, you know, all of these mathematical equations couldn't be her because she's a woman. It's too smart. Women do be dumb, according to the 1800s. And now, some things don't change in, like, I guess 150 years. But yeah, 9.5 out of 10. I do have a few issues with it, but nothing that's too game-breaking. Because I didn't complain. I just switched to narrative so I could have a better time. And I did have a better time. The bosses actually felt quite good to fight, is what I'll also say. They never felt too hard. When I was on standard mode, the bosses were never the problem for me. I had so many, like, healing items and everything that I could actually still kind of sit around and mash X, but just some enemies were a pain in the butt. But that's neither here nor there. Bosses felt fine, combat felt good, very engaging story, very fun to play. Art style was great, music is great, we're listening to the soundtrack right now, and just a lot of good things going. The worst part, in quotes, or the worst area, and it's just because I don't think I cared, was the circus. But even then, even though I really wanted to get the ball going and kind of finish Withering Rooms, I was still like, okay, well, I'll go run around because I'm so curious about these areas. I didn't fight every boss. Like, I think the game, when you finish the demo, it says there's 14 more bosses, but you fight them based on what you've been doing, which I actually appreciate a lot, to be honest. It did strike a bit of fear in me. That's the true horror. You see the little mirror with the candle, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta fight something. And it's just like, hey, yeah, there's holes in my head. I drilled them myself because I kept hearing voices. By the way, go check on the Filthy Wretch. I think they're gonna go do something, and then they put themselves. Did the little girls put the Filthy Wretch on the cross? Good game, good job, Moonless Formless. What an experience. What a game. What hidden gem. Is it perfect? I don't think it is. Not in my opinion. But I also don't think any single game is perfect. But when did this come out? 2024? Wait, one game, was it Baldur's Gate or was that 2023? GOTY 2024. Astrobot. You know what? This easily could have beaten Astrobot of Game of the Year. Astrobot, really? Like, I've seen a bit of Astrobot and, like, it's fine. What were the other... Like, what were the other nominations? I think this should have won Game of the Year of 2024. To be like Astrobot, it looks cute, right? It's a cute little puzzle game. This should have won Game of the Year, but as I said, it feels like one of those indie games that just... I don't know. I mean, it has overwhelmingly positive in general, right? So, I don't know what more to say about it. I liked all of it. The circus, I said, kind of felt like the weakest area, but other than taking a picture of the guy, I just don't think I cared to really look that much into it. But yeah, it did exactly what it came here to do. Good atmosphere, good environmental storytelling, a lot of fucked up shit, but it didn't feel like edgy fucked up shit. It just felt like there was bad shit happening, and Nightingale had to figure it out. I don't know. But that is gonna be it for me. We finished Withering Rooms. What a grand time I had. Oh, I was gonna say, wait, it said I played for 12 hours, but what was it? It took me like 15 and a half hours, maybe almost 16, but that's because I already played a couple hours in the demo and it's counting that as well. But yeah, really enjoyed Withering Rooms. Tuesday, we're gonna start Esoteric Ebb. I got it for my birthday. I'm very excited. I like the art style. Hold on, let me go to the store page. Yeah, I really like the art style. A lot of people were like saying it was kind of like Disco Elysium. I did really like Disco Elysium. So I'm quite excited to play Esoteric Ebb. And it'll kind of be like a breath of fresh air after all the horror we've been playing. So that's on Tuesday. Thanks so much to everyone who came by. I had a grand time. Playing Withering Rooms, sharing just like small games. That's the thing, right? Like, yes, sometimes I will play AAA games, but I'd say probably 90% of what I stream is indie games, and that's it. Thanks as always. I hope everyone has a really good night, and until next time, see ya.